Good morning. I got a request from Vicky to try to duplicate the look that Scott Barnes did on Tati. So the first thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna get my video set. I'm gonna try to follow along. All right. I got it started back over to the beginning. The first thing he did was highlight the center of her face. I hate to use, I don't want to use up a whole Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. So I'm going to use this Maybelline Touche Éclat. Everywhere that he highlighted. I'm gonna go wet my, well actually I think he used brushes. I have to go get my brushes. I washed my brushes so I have fresh brushes. So I'm highlighting the center of my face like he did. Well, mine's not as bright, is it? I don't think that's as bright as what he did. So that didn't work. Let's see if this is brighter. This is my Hourglass foundation that I bought that was too light. I wish they'd get on with the highlighting. There's too much preambling going on here. All right, that's better. I should have done that in the first place. All right, so this is the Hourglass vanishing stick that I'm using where he put the highlight. Next he went in with the contour. So let's do that now. I'm gonna use this Jordana. This is the only cream contour I've located this morning. That's it. He looks like he's placing it with a brush. So I'm gonna use my Lorac contour brush.
Ability to know if I can bleed. If that's what you wanted, you won't get it tonight. 'Cause I can fly, I can fly.
And let's see, he did the jawline real strong.
I can fly.
Contour the nose like he did.
I'm crawling around, searching for higher ground. Can't see.
He bronzed up the chest. My strapless bra wouldn't stay up. So I'm going to use Hoola Zero Tan Lines for my body bling. I don't know when I bought this. I don't know whether I bought it last year or the year before. I obviously don't use it very much. I have to change. The bra was keeping me from being able to move. All right. So these scars on my neck, believe it or not, are from curling iron burns. And then he makes her chest really shiny. He uses a sunscreen. I'm going to use a Neutrogena sunscreen that makes her chest really shiny. I'm going to use a setting spray. It's TonyMoly Luminous Goddess or Perfume Face Makeup Mist. This actually smells like bug spray. All right, we're gonna let that dry. Now I'm gonna see where Scott Barnes is with his you don't need hairspray. Where he is with his process here. Okay, he hasn't rubbed out the nose contour yet. This stuff is not drying. I guess I could get out the book. It doesn't look like it's gonna dry. There. All right, he looks like he's adding foundation color to the mix now. So I'm gonna go in and add foundation color. He looks like he's doing it with a makeup brush. So I'm going to add my foundation color with a makeup brush. And I'm going to mix the Clinique Even Better Refresh with the Dior. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm actually going to use foundation. It's the Multimedia. I'm going to mix some of that with my Even Better Refresh. I'm going to marry the contour and the highlight. I like that combination. It's hard to move around with your clothes hanging off your shoulder. I'm going to put the lid on this so I don't have any accidents. he got, oh, this must be where he blended this contour here. I think I saw him do this. Now, did he go back with more contour? I feel like he did. Alright, while the camera was cooling off, I put some blush on. And I don't have a cream blush, but I noticed Scott Barnes used a peachy blush, so I mixed all these together and put that on my cheeks. Then he went to a highlight, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to use Makeup Forever Sculpting Duo. There we go. Now let's see what he's doing now. I think he's reinforcing the contour. So I'm going to reinforce my contour with the Kevyn Aucoin. And then he went up here and he said he was marrying this up here. So I'm going to do that. He applied highlight on these areas. On the bones up here. Alright. And then he's sculpting out those cheekbones further. He said he used a peach powder all over too. So let's see what I got here. He's lining her lips with a nude pencil. So let's do that. He connected the peaks. He used a bronzy gloss on her. So let's see. This is not the one that I intended to bring in here. Dang. Where is my bronzy gloss? Okay, he used a bronze gloss. This is from McGrath. I'm pretty sure. I'll put all the names in the... And he said he takes it to the edge.
When you want to get off the darkest ground, gravity pulls you straight down.
Very generous application there. He also did a light. I feel like I need to set under my eyes. I feel like they're going places. All right. He did a real light brow on her. I thought that was interesting. So let me see if I can find a brow brush here. Here we go. And he said he put a kind of a sparkly gel to hold them in place. So I'm gonna mix some products first. I'm gonna see how it turns out before I tell you what it is. It's my Viseart contour palette. It's got highlight, bronzer, and highlight, bronzer, and contour. I'll show it to you when I get through with this brow. Anyway, he did a kind of a golden brow. And he says he does not like an ombre brow. I will have to admit I do like an ombre brow. I'll show you this palette after I finish getting this in here. I'm not trying to do an ombre brow now. I'm trying to do what he did. Although it looks like it's turning out to be an ombre brow. That's funny. If I'm trying to do an ombre brow, I can't make it do, I can't do it to save my life. That's a pretty warm brow, right? I'll show you what colors I use. All right, in my brows I used this brown and this gold mixed together to do this brow. He also placed the brows, but his gel had sparkle in it. Mine does not have sparkle in it, but I am going to place, I'm going to dry it off a little bit so it doesn't get too wet. He does still like the hairs separated for it to look like texture. That I have in common with him as far as preference is concerned. All right, I'm going to go back and watch and see how he does the eyes, and I'll be back. Okay, I watched him do eyes for a minute. He worked in the crease. I'm going to take this little brush and work in my crease. I'm still using the Viseart palette. I'll show you which color I'm using in a minute. I wonder how many people are going to copy this for their channel. I'm going to soften that. That was the darkest color in this Viseart palette. And I noticed in some of the close-ups, it already put highlight. He'd already put highlight under the brow. That's the highlight from the Viseart palette. And then I'm taking the gold from the same palette and running it underneath that. And then he put some sort of goldish shimmer on the lid. So I'm going to take a pigment from Makeup Forever and put that on my lid.
I can only say that it feels right, it feels right, it feels right, yeah. I can only say that it feels right, it feels right, it feels right.
Alright, I'm losing the dark that I did.
This is just a must. Put me in perspective, I'm the deepest in the cut. Everybody tuning in, but this is just for us now. We know I ain't ballin' yet. Hoes when I call, oh no, I don't call them back. Girl, let me see you hold it down, we gon' have a blast. Cause I just wanna know what you gonna do with all of that. Ain't gotta say a word, I know what's up. You can have it all, watch me rip it off. I'll admit it, you got me feeling hella loved. Even when it's going down, know that we gon' live it up. Young shot caller, always been a baller. Know that you the one, you feel it in my heart, yeah, I won't stop trying.
Alright, they put mascara on, so I'm going to do that now.
I can never ever find the right words, and there's no way this is real life.
They used his mascara.
Right girl, so I can only say that it feels right. It feels right, it feels right, it feels right.
Studying along and along. Ugh, my chin looks so much brighter than this. So I had to study along and along while I did this. So to recap, I found that the Hourglass foundation that I have, which is in too light of a color. I think it's correct. Anyway, I'll put the colors in the description box. So my Hourglass foundation that was too light, I used it in the highlight areas where Scott Barnes used the highlight. And then I used this Jordana stick, and I'll put the color in the description box in all the places where he did contour. One of the places that maybe while the camera was cooling off was right in there. So I powdered, he said he was using a pinky cast powder, so I used this one. It's by BareMinerals and it's Luminous Loose Blush. I used it as a powder. I used this Viseart palette a lot. I used this color and this color in my brows because he said he wanted a luminous brow, so I did that. I used this color as the dark color on my lid, and I used this color as my brow highlight. I used a loose pigment from Makeup Forever on my lid, and I used the Monsieur Big as my mascara. My lashes are Scott Barnes lashes. The style is Ursula. They're mink lashes. I don't wear them very often because they look cabaret to me. I used, what blush did I used this Clinique palette as my blush because I noticed he was using a real peachy blush. So I just mixed all of these colors. My lip liner, I think is an Elizabeth Arden. It is, it's this color. Because he said he was using a nude or a natural. Mine may be a little, I think it's a, I used that, and you can see, I bet this pencil is about 10 years old or more. The reason I used it is because I was tired of getting up and down, and all my other pencils are in my kit. So then I used the Pat McGrath, yeah, I think it's bronze. I'll put the name of it in the description box. I used this gloss. And then while I was off camera, I added more of the dark underneath because he was touching up. I did this natural contouring that he did. And I used, instead of body bling, I used the Hoola Zero Tan lines on my chest and then sprayed it down with this Luminous Goddess Aura perfume, this TonyMoly. And the reason I use this, I have a sparkle oil, but the reason I didn't use this is I was afraid that it would work, it would break up the no tan lines. Anyway, this is my interpretation of the J-Lo look that Scott Barnes did on, what is her name? On Tati. And I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you, Vicky, for the request. And if you have a request, something you'd like me to try, something you'd like me to copy, leave it in the comments. And if I didn't, while the camera was cooling or while I was watching the video, if I skipped over some way that I created something, put the question in the comments and I'll try to answer that. I hope you have a great day and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Ta-ta.